Hey, welcome to this video. My name is Hannes and today I want to talk with you about motivation. You might know the problem, and I know by a fact that a lot of guitar players out there do have the problem that they don't pick up the guitar although they love music, although they love playing the guitar, but somehow they don't pick up the guitar at all, maybe anymore, or not as often as they would like to be. And then they build up pressure and they get frustrated. I taught like hundreds of students offline and online, hundreds of thousands of people, and there always comes this question: how can I become a better player? How can I get more motivation? And I think there are a couple of things, at least I would like to talk about 3 things actually today, that will increase your motivation by 1000%. Because I think it's not a problem because you're not talented enough or that you don't have enough time or anything like this. Because here's the deal, you don't have to practice like 2 hours a day to become a guitar player. A lot of people out there and students of mine never considered themselves as a guitar player because they thought they were not good enough, but that's wrong. But let me talk about some points which will really help you become more motivated. Try to practice or play the guitar on a regular basis. And don't be afraid, you don't have to do that like hours a day or something like this, but try to get into a routine. If you just practice the guitar once a month or once a week, this will be quite hard to improve because you only have those moments where you might then play like for hours or something like this, but this won't be as effective as you want yourself to be. And I think one of the most or the biggest problems are that you always think, oh, there's so much to learn, I don't even start, it's too much. But don't be too hard on yourself, but try to practice like once a day, right before you brush your teeth, before you go to bed or something like this. Just pick a moment where you know, I will be at a certain place close to my guitar, like in my home, right before I go to bed or right after I got up, whatever. Choose your favorite time of the day and just pick 5 minutes. That's it. Don't be frustrated before you start it. Just think of, oh wow, now there are my 5 minutes of guitar playing. And 5 minutes, yes, I can do that. Because I think everybody has 5 minutes a day. Take 3 minutes a day and do that for 1 month straight. You will be a way better guitar player after that compared to the time when you just sum all those 3 minutes packages up and practice that once a month. Because this repetition will make you way faster, way better. And this is point number 1. Practice on a regular basis, no matter how long it is, but try to find a spot that makes you want to pick up the guitar because it's easy. It's not a big step to do, just have fun with it. And this leads me to point number 2. What do you actually practice? Or are you aware that you want to practice something? And again, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't put too much on the plate you want to learn in a lesson or in a practice session or whatever. And try to think of something that you cannot do. Try to think of something that you have a problem with. This might be just if you're a beginner, you have never played a chord before, or you're struggling with a chord progression going from G to C, for example, it doesn't really matter. And don't just noodle around on something you already can do, or you just kind of like waste your time with something you can already do. I mean, this is good. Maybe you all or also have fun with this, but I think you wouldn't be watching this video if you were just playing around for hours, having fun, and then asking yourself, why don't I get better? Because I think when you do that, you will already get better. But just let me get back to my point. Just be focused on what you really want to improve. Think of just one little thing, as tiny as it might be. Doesn't matter. You're playing 3 minutes before you brush your teeth, okay? So let's pick something at least you can work on. So you want to practice your chord progression, you have struggled with this. Okay, do a dry exercise on this. Really focus, what's the problem? I think my fingers are not fast enough to get into position. Then focus on that. don't play anything with your pick or strum something or pick something. Just focus on your fingers and really make them know where they need to go, where they need to be, as fast as you can. And do that dry exercise for 3 minutes. It might even be that you didn't actually play the guitar. Maybe you're doing this late at night or something right before you go to bed. You can do that without disturbing anyone. And then you can, after a couple of minutes, just try it. And you do that as often as you can. Just be focused on what you want to learn, what you want to improve in. This might be a solo, it might be a chord progression, might be a difficult chord progression, might be a riff, whatever. Just break it down onto something small, or just take a part of a chord progression or a part of a riff, a part of a solo, something you cannot do. Take baby steps, okay? This is point number 2. And point number 3 is when you just really put yourself into something, and let's guess you worked on that not for 3 minutes but for 20 minutes, your chord progression. This is something for the people out there who are working on their stuff a little bit longer. Just pick something else, the second thing you want to work on, and after a couple of minutes or whatever hours of your practice session, just switch back to the other topic so you get a new input for your brain. You say, okay, I practice G and C all the time. Now I just do my finger picking I wanted to learn on A minor. I wanted to improve speed there. It doesn't really matter. And then you go back to your G and C chord progression. And you, okay, I failed again. Let's do the dry exercise again. You get the idea. You do that in the morning and you do the other thing in the evening, whatever. I don't care. Just take baby steps, put yourself into a position where you have at least a tiny goal that you can achieve. Not like, oh, tonight I want to learn Master of Puppets by Metallica, one of the fastest and ugliest songs to play, whatever. Just a really stupid example actually, but you get the idea. It is about just having small goals, being aware of what you want to do, and do that on a regular basis, no matter how long that regular basis actually is. And you will see, you will improve. And when you got into this and you realize, I'm getting better, this will be the best motivation ever. You don't need to have like crazy big goals. Believe me, when you just master the tiny stuff, that's where the magic happens. And I hope it could help you with this video, gave you some tips to be a better motivated player and have fun with playing the guitar. Just pick it up now and play something you cannot play and work on that. See you in the next video. Take care. My name is Hannes. Bye bye.